Daddy, come on. Well, now, pretty little girl, there's just one. That's what it takes to make a honky tonk time. Jukebox moaning those honky tonk sounds. I can't wait to live the money down. 'Cause I'm a honky tonk man. And I can't seem to stop. Love to get the girls away. The music coming up, keep by. When my mind is all gone, singing, hey, mama, can you daddy come on? I'm a honky tonk man, and I can't seem to stop. Love to get the girls away. The music coming up, keep by. When my mind is all gone, sing, hey, mama, can you daddy come on? I was talking to my buddy Billy Bob Thornton last week. Down over near Fort Worth right now, shooting the second season of that show, his Landman. Doing a second season of it. He and I had written a song together. Maybe it's going to be used in the second season. You never know. I'm not sure. We wrote it together. He and I were talking about that. And another idea he had, and talking about. I said, be careful. What are you talking about, be careful? I said, man, I've been going there my whole career. Amarillo's great. It's some of the greatest music audiences anywhere in the country in Amarillo, Texas. He said, no. So that's not what I mean. He said, we've had a ball when we played there. This last summer, we didn't play there, he said, but we were headed through there. We played over in Albuquerque, and we're going to do a show the next night in Oklahoma City. He said, we're on I-40. He said, the crew and the band, they'd all eaten dinner and kind of gone to bed. So I was the only one up. He said, so I went up there and sat across the driver in the jump seat. Just kind of watching the world go by as we rolled into Amarillo and watched it go past. Got out there to the east of it, just outside of Amarillo, maybe 10 miles. So we saw these two big flashes of bright white light in the windshield. So we come up missing time. So what do you mean you came up missing time? He said, well, you know, whatever it is that deal is where you come to like 7 hours later or wake up or whatever they call it. He said, well, I mean, you woke up 7 hours. What are you talking about? He said, well, yeah. So when we come to or woke up, whatever it is, we weren't on I-40. It was over in White Sands, New Mexico.
Woo!
So you were in White Sands, New Mexico? He said, yeah, at that missile base. I said, he said, yeah, we was in that base. The bus, me, the band, the crew. He said, there's a whole bunch of MTs around us. Had their weapons out and looking at us. He said, this is your lieutenant staring at me, asking me what I thought we were doing there, how we got there. So I looked at him, I said, man, I don't know. We was on our way to Oklahoma City. Just past Amarillo. So well, you're not in Amarillo now, dude. He said, it doesn't look like it, does it? And I looked around, he said, the band and crew were all wearing each other's clothes, which was weird. So I looked down and he said, I had a pair of breeches on that was about 4 or 5 sizes too big for me. The lieutenant was getting pretty officious. He was talking about locking us up and we didn't come up with an explanation. About that time, he said, an old first sergeant rolled up, jumped out of his SUV and walked over and kind of looked at me. He said, grinned. He said, "Hey, don't you like French fried potatoes?" Billy Bob said, "I don't usually respond to that much, but in this case I went, The old first sergeant laughed. He said, "Yeah, with mustard on them?" I went, He said, he looked at the lieutenant. He said, I got this." He says, "All right, Lieutenant." He said, "I'll get these guys out of here." He said, he looked at me and said, "Come on, man, let's just get, I don't know how you got here." And I said, "I don't know either." He said, "Let's just get you off this range, get you out of here before you get arrested." So we left. You know, tried to get back to Oklahoma City. He said, "But you know," the weird thing was it happened a couple other times last summer on that tour. I said, "What happened a couple?" He said, "Well, we're going back on I-40 through Amarillo. We're going west the next time it happened." I said, "Billy, was there maybe another interstate you could have taken to get to where you were going? You didn't have to go through Amarillo?" He said, "I don't know. I wasn't thinking about it until we were right there." And I said, "You're starting to sound like the end of that joke about the bear and the hunter. The one where the third time the bear catches that hunter in the woods." He looks at him, he says, "I think you're coming out here for more than just a hunting, aren't you?" Some of you know the joke. I won't tell it because it's filthy. But that is the punchline when he punches. Yeah, the bear says, "You're coming out here for more than a hunting." I said, "So Billy, let me ask you something." I said, "Do you think you guys might have been abducted?" He got real quiet again. Didn't say anything for a minute. He said, "Yeah, I think we were." He said, "But don't tell anybody, okay?" I said, "Okay, I won't. So let's just keep it between you and me, all right?" Because he seemed pretty embarrassed about it after he told me the whole story. I didn't even ask if he thought he felt like he'd been probed. "Oh, you guys are from around here, huh? You've seen those flashes of bright white in your light in your windshield, I guess." "Know all about the probing that happened." I said, "Well, Billy, if you're ever out there near Amarillo, or everywhere, anywhere else in West Texas, anywhere else in the country, and you see those flashes of bright white light in the windshield," I said, "just look up into the sky and say, 'Hey, Mr. Spaceman.'"